for the honor of Grayskull. I am She-Ra!
Hey everybody, it's a Review Revolution, back at you again, and I know, game day was just yesterday for the Masters of the Universe Classics off Matty.com, and lo and behold, as a subscriber, what do I see but the UPS guy dropping off my box? Well, not really a surprise. I actually got the shipping confirmation Sunday morning, so I knew that she was on the way as of Monday morning. Yeah, I really hope that Matty's doing this for subscribers. I'm really hoping they're shipping these figures early so that we're getting them either on or right after the opening day, the sales day. That I think is actually very good. Now, about game day, for those of you who enjoyed those videos, I am sorry I didn't post it yesterday. I actually took 30 minutes worth of video of what was going on, and even if I edited it down to 20 minutes into two-part videos, that first video would have been mostly me sitting there, you staring at the Matty screen, and me babbling on about nothing, literally nothing. And then, of course, the second part of the video, if I had just posted that, I would have had to edit so much out of that, it wouldn't have been worth it. It just would not have made sense. So, sorry, no June 15th game day video. But, hey, we've got She-Ra. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get a look at the Princess of Power, shall we? Of course, She-Ra and Adora being the only two figures so far to both have the Princess of Power sticker on it. And I think She-Ra is the only one now to actually have a second sticker along with one that's already out. In other words, she's affiliated with the character that's already come out. With Grizzlor coming soon, I'm sure we'll get the Horde sticker. And Whiplash, we'll probably finally start to see the Snake Man. But, yeah, typical Matty packaging for the Master Universe. Got the brick pattern on the bottom. She-Ra, the most powerful woman in the universe. Lightning on the corner, dimple on the front, air holes on the side. I like this packaging. It's something where, considering that, I've been getting these figures for about, over a year now, year and a half, I haven't got tired of it yet. I still think this is a very nice packaging, and I think the figures look really good on card. So I'm not in a big hurry to see it change. I do like the way this packaging is set up. It hasn't gotten old yet, at least not for me. On the back, we see the other figures that are in the wave. And, I don't know, maybe it's me, but I don't see any of the real new characters that are coming up. I mean, He-Man we already have, Man-at-Arms we already have, Adora we already have, King Randor we have, Hordak, and now She-Ra. It's something where, the back of the packaging I've always looked at as being kind of the preview of what's to come. Count Marzo, Whiplash, Adam, Orko. Just something on the back that is more of a preview versus, what's already out there. I know these. I've got these. I don't want to see them anymore. I've already got them. I can go look in my shelf. But on the bio, we have She-Ra, real name Adora, of the House of Randor. Channeling the combined power of the universe and the wisdom of the elders of Eternia, Adora transforms into She-Ra, the most powerful woman in the universe. Her strength comes not from brute force, but from sheer will and her cunning magical powers and healing abilities. She also has the power to communicate telepathically with animals. As both She-Ra and Adora, she helped lead the great rebellion of Etheria against the Horde invaders. Later, when Hordak found an escape to Eternia, she followed him along with several of her friends and allies. Once there, the Princess of Power joined forces with the now renegade Masters of the Universe, who without King Randor had become outcasts in their own land, fighting against Hordak's new tyranny. I don't want to take too much time on this, except to say that, that's an interesting extension to the story. One thing that on the Secret of the Sword DVD that they put out right before they did the She-Ra box sets, which they should be re-releasing, on the commentary they commented that, for He-Man on Eternia, he was kind of the policeman, just kind of keeping law and order. And that for She-Ra, they wanted to do something slightly different, so they basically made her a freedom fighter. It seemed to me that they certainly enjoy that idea better, kind of the underdog. And it doesn't really surprise me that they want to extend it and actually do that for He-Man instead. So, though we don't know how the rebellion turned out, we don't know what happened to the rebels on Etheria, we don't have that part of the story. At least we know that eventually Hordak was driven off Etheria and back to Eternia, which he didn't do the first time. What makes him think he's going to get the second? Anyway, we'll take a moment, pop She-Ra out of the pack, take a look, and have some fun. Be right back. All right, we're back, everybody. And for some reason, She-Ra's head was not pegged on the body when she came out of the box. As a matter of fact, when I popped her open, the head that was posed on the figure just kind of rolled out after I cut off the rubber bands. Now, the reason for that, I'm not sure. Maddie recently had a post on their Facebook kind of explaining how, we know about the neck pegs on the female figures. Yeah, we're working on it, blah, blah, blah. It seemed to me that they were already trying to lower expectations. As soon as I read that, I was, I was hurt when I read that, because it sounded to me like before the figure even hit, the subscribers even got a chance to see the figure in person, they were already trying to lower expectations, and that really scared me. And now that the head just came out with the rest of the figure, it wasn't even attached, that even gives me more cause for concern. I guess just to go ahead and get started, the first head, the one that she actually comes posed with, is the head that has the removable mask. Now, for anybody who has, it's a beautiful hair. I mean, it's sculpted very nicely, and I love the color on it. But for anybody who's seen kind of the preview pictures of this, her without the mask on, you'll notice is actually a square peg or a square hole in the top of her forehead. Now, whether this was to prevent her from having this head put on Adora, which I do happen to have a spare Adora that I'll put up here, I'm not sure. But I guess this is kind of a tribute to the old She-Ra mask, the one that had a clip and went against the corn silk hair. This mask actually does peg both as such, and like so, which is the way she was in the box. So let's put her on her head. Actually, before I do that, the cape she comes with, it is removable. Again, I don't know why. It's not pegged in the back like it would with a normal figure, but it feels really cheap. I have a feeling it's made of the same cape material as everything else, but because it's so small, it feels actually kind of cheap. But let's take off the mask, and let's see how bad this neck peg actually turned out. From what I've read on comments, you have to push really hard on this for it to go in. And that's as hard as I can press it, and seems to me that, when they talk about the bobblehead issue, she's still got it. I may not be on there far enough, but I can see why they were trying to let people know, don't get your hopes up, these heads are going to be loose. Let's go ahead and peg the mask on and take a look. I guess as a tribute to the She-Ra of the 80s, the actual original figure, this isn't too bad. It's actually pretty nice. The one thing I will say, and I'll only make this comment about it, is that as far as She-Ra and how big she looks, as far as having this plastic body layer, which the female figures all have, She-Ra's great strength is in no way hidden by a small body or a small frame. She is not deceptively powerful. No, she's pretty big, and slimming her down is something they really need to do. Sorry, that's just my opinion. They really need to slim this figure down. She's just, I mean, from here, bringing in Adora. I mean, she really looks like she put on about 10 pounds during the transformation, and it doesn't look like it's just muscle. But otherwise, I mean, it's a good representation of the Filmation She-Ra. It actually has kind of the the leaf with the crystal in the middle, just like the cartoon did. Not kind of the spiraling pattern that we would see from the original figure. So they did not actually stay as true to the original Mattel design, and in fact actually went with the Filmation feel. I have a feeling I'm probably going to run out of time. So you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to stop the video here and take a moment and do a part 2 of